This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Mill drive home, driving home from Ashton Gate, where it finished Bristol City 4,
Millwall 3.
Wowza, what an entertaining game of Championship football. We can either go two ways with this and go glass half empty or glass half full. Every 2 minutes my mind's going one way and then the other, so it's quite difficult to try and keep up with myself, never mind anything else. Stick your comments in below. Again, really appreciate reading your comments, so thank you very much for all the comments you've put in the last few videos. Stick a like on the video. Obviously a tough one to take. The difference between the team that took all of their chances, had some real quality coming off the bench, and our substitutes didn't work today, and we couldn't see a game out that we'd done ridiculously well to get back into. We'll go through the lineup. Like I said, we started very poorly. Jensen in goal, a back four of Ryan Leonard, the left back Joe Bryan, Jake Cooper and Sean Hutchinson. Sean Hutchinson will want to forget about today's game, that's for sure. Saville and Denor as the two central midfielders. You had Honeyman behind Tom Bradshaw, with Duncan Watmore and Romain Esse on the left and the right, although they did switch when they needed to. Like I said, we started very slowly off the out of the traps, and Bristol City took a deserved lead. A very simple ball down the side. Sinclair beats Hutchinson to the ball, where you think Hutchinson's just going to go and clear the ball out or try and take the player and the thing. He doesn't. He gives Sinclair some space.
He drills it along the...
He kind of cuts it back just slightly to the back post where Mehmeti's waiting. Does well, he composes himself, takes the ball down and then puts it beyond the on-rushing defenders to make it 1-0 to Bristol City. And like I said, it was a very disappointing way to start the game. It gets worse from then. Another Bristol City chance. No pressure on the ball on the outside of the left. Joe Bryan has had a really poor start to the game. No one stops the cross, and then somehow Sinclair is completely unmarked, 8 yards out from goal. Hutchinson's left him, Leonard's left him, and he to be fair again, he's headed back across goal to put Bristol City 2-0 up. Surprisingly, a very quiet Bristol City fans. I thought there'd be, but maybe they just thought it was going to be a comfortable home win. And at that stage, it looked like it. We did grow into the game. We created a couple of chances that we'd have hoped to have done better with. It was a really good block for one of them, where it looked like, and the ref gave a foul. It was a few baffling decisions from the referee today, but overall, I don't think he had too much of a bad game.
It was a couple barges that were very soft, but he give away. Yeah,
Romain Esse, look, again, he's trying to get on the ball and trying to do things with the ball. His passing today was pretty good.
He was poor in the first half, I thought, to be fair. First 45, he was poor.
Yeah, but then, like I said, I would say the whole team was pretty poor. Surprisingly, people in the stands were surprised we didn't make any subs at half time, given how we'd played. But Harris stuck to the team that in the first half, and it was completely different in the second half. Although actually first couple of minutes Bristol City were on the ascendancy. From then on, it was all Millwall, and we just literally wave after wave of Millwall attack. And it was just whether we were going to put the ball in the back of the net. And it took an absolute bit of magic. The ball's played into Romain Esse, who's in the box. He jinks and dances and tricks and goes around a couple of players and does exactly what he does at Pompey and buries it into the. He hits it straight. The keeper doesn't move. I think it goes through the legs of the Bristol City defender.
It was a carbon copy of what happened at Pompey.
Yeah, it was
the
brilliant.
Finish, because it was in a similar place in the goal. Went through a couple of players so the keeper couldn't see it, and it just made it so difficult for the keeper that he was just rooted.
No backlift. That's the thing I'd say with Esse's shot. It gives the keeper no time to react, and like I said, it put us 2-1, and the away end got pretty lively. I thought we were all right in the first half. It is a bit fickle in the away end. Obviously there was the players go off to booze, which it's the first away game of the season in the league, and it's a pretty harsh although we weren't at the races, it was pretty harsh, but then maybe it fires them up. Like I said, a 2-1, and then there was some belief in the players and in the fans, and literally within a couple of minutes, the ball's played into the box
from SA.
Yeah, a really
bit of
good,
magic down the wing again.
Yeah, a very good crossing. Watmore's at the back post, headers the ball towards goal, and the defender's arms up in the air. It's a harsh one for the defender, but you know there's no reason for his hand to be up there, and you know it does definitely strike his arm. So penalty to Millwall. Up stops Tom Bradshaw, puts the keeper the wrong way, and from 2-0 down it's 2-2, and like I said, it was a very good away to go into, and you know, very loud. I'm sure the home fans would have attested to that. 2-2 at that stage, and that the goals weren't at an end there. You know, again, a couple of minutes after the second goal, we score a third, and it's a really good ball from the left, crosses it over. Watmore kind of volleys it, like scissor volleys it in the air.
It's the type of shot that you'd normally see go into row Z, because it was at an awkward height, but Watmore took his time. He knew that the keeper was fairly short, and he placed it far enough in the corner and high enough to go past O'Leary in goal.
And it's weird because I literally said to Zac, I think it was at half time, how small I thought the goalkeeper was, and he said O'Leary's been around for a while.
Yeah,
but
he's been at Bristol
really
City.
Did show that he's a small keeper, because it's a couple more inches on him, and he saves the ball comfortably, because it weren't hit with much power. It just loops over the keeper and into the back of the net, and obviously absolute carnage in the away end at that stage. The one thing I would say as a Millwall fan, as soon as we started 3-2 and 2-0 and you effed it up, you knew that was going to come back to haunt us, and it did, because although Bristol City had a bit of possession, they didn't really create too many chances until we made subs. And obviously, you know, Harris got to make subs. You know, SA looked tired. He's gone down with cramp a couple of times. You know, strange decision to put Ryan Leonard at right midfield and Danny Mack at right back. Obviously, Leonard can play any position on the pitch. He's done everyone but goalkeeper. But the quality that they've brought on in Twine, who didn't start the game particularly well, and we were attacking down his side when Armstrong's come off. But yes, you know, basically a minute after the subs, it was a really well worked move by Bristol City.
It was just quick football. It was something
one touch,
that Cooper and Hutch couldn't really deal with. So
it's on the right. A Bristol City player dummies it, then makes a run. He then gets on the end of the one touch pass from the striker, goes to the player that's made a dummy. He then crosses it back to the player that has had the one touch, the striker, and he's buried it into the bottom. I think it was the bottom left-hand corner to make it 3-3. And then, to be fair, Bristol City were the only team that were likely to go and win it at that stage, and they duly did. Not before they had a really good chance and an excellent block by Joe Bryan, where Scott Twine was, you know, in the middle of the goal, about 12 yards out, and Bryan's put his body on the line and it's just deflected wide. But the winner comes from an excellent bit of play again. And it's again the thing you've got to be disappointed of is there's no pressure on the ball as it comes in, and the players again unmarked in the middle of the box. And obviously we've got Japhet Tanganga to come back into the team, but it's really we've switched off for 3 of the 4 goals. Well, you could say all 4 of the goals, but I'll give them credit for the 3rd goal. The 4th one is definitely poor defending to switch off, and he duly headers it into the back of the net to actually get some noise out of the Bristol City fans.
Did he header it?
Yeah, it was a header.
I thought
was
it was
a
volley.
It might have been a volley.
Yeah, it was a bit like Duncan Watmore's one, just a lot easier.
Okay, maybe it just dropped to him at the perfect angle, and he's put it 4-3. We didn't trouble in injury time at all. You know, some poor touches from Ida Mo, and you can't expect him to be doing too much more. But like I said, it's the difference between what Bristol City had on the bench compared to what we have on the bench. You know, naming 2 goalkeepers for a start is not a sign that you've got too much strength in depth, and we're obviously going to have to strengthen before the end of the transfer window. It's just obviously really disappointing, to come back into the game after being so poor in the first half, to take the lead and then to not come away from a point. Like I said, we've scored 5 goals in 2 league games and not got a point. Tanganga coming in is hopefully going to make a big difference. Hutchinson looks a little bit off the pace, I'm not going to lie. You know, his trademark interceptions that he normally does, he's, you know, just a half a yard behind the play, and he's getting turned, which, you know, he's not had much of a pre-season. Obviously, going away and then coming back could potentially have made a difference. So we'll just have to, like I said, see with Tanganga coming in. I want to see more of Langstaff. You know, Bradshaw does score the penalty, but he hasn't really done much else in the game. But we're driving down the M4. We've got another, I don't know, 2 hours, 45 minutes to go before we get home. Who's your man of the match today?
It's hard to look past SA today. I know he said that I said that he had a poor first half, but what he did in the second half to bring us back into the game, he looks electric down the wing. His goal was brilliant. He passed it into the back of the net, and his cross to win us the penalty was just. He looks like a magic man. He looks like he can create something most times that he gets on the ball, and I'm very confident to see how he goes on for the rest of the season. Yeah,
it's to be fair, it's hard to argue looking past it. I thought Saville looked really tired towards the end of the game, and again that's the problem. You know, you don't really want to take off the Nor or Saville, but with you know, Massey did well at Portsmouth, but how much does, you know, Harris trust him? I thought he did really well. I probably would have put him on for Saville if I'm being honest, at 3-2, just to give fresh legs in the middle, and we really struggled with that because we couldn't keep up with them. Their fresh legs were enough to take them over the line. So, like I said, we need to strengthen. It's ultimately disappointing, but it was a cracking championship game. The neutral would have absolutely loved it. 2-0 to 3-2, 2-0 down, 3-2 up, and then losing it 4-3.
Classic wall.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Norwich game we had recently, and Leeds away. Both of them, one of them we won 4-3, and the other one we lost 4-3. So it's another 4-3 defeat. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We're not going to Hull. 12:30 kickoff is not for us up there in West Yorkshire or North Yorkshire. So we'll see you at home the weekend after against, it's Sheffield Wednesday, isn't it? It's going to be a tough game. So thank you very much for watching the Mill Drive Home. There is only one way we can end it. No one likes us.
We don't care.